Today is August 4th. The Catholic Church celebrates the feast of Saint John Mary Vianney. John Mary Vianney was born in 1786 in Dardilly, Lyons in France. His parents were Matthew Vianney and Mary. He was the fourth child of 6 children. The political situation was very worse at the time of the birth of John Mary Vianney. It was the time of French Revolution. French Revolution started from 1789 and it lasted up to 1799. John Mary Vianney, along with his family, had a very tough time facing the French Revolution. The main objective of the French Revolution was going against the Catholics. It was very difficult for people in France to practice their faith in Christianity. Due to this negative situation, many Christians were persecuted and even got killed. Priests who brought Holy Communion to the faithful were traced and were murdered. Anyway, as a small child, John Mary Vianney got inspired and motivated by this priest. When he was 11, he got his first confession in their family living room. And when he was at 13, he got his first Holy Communion in a neighbor's kitchen. After 2 years, he expressed his desire to become a priest to his father. Though his father was a faithful Catholic, he could not agree to his son's desire. And he waited a bit more long to express his desire again, but his father could not agree. After a few years, in 1801, Napoleon Bonaparte and Pope Pius VII made an agreement so that the Catholics were allowed to continue their faith. John Mary Vianney made use of this chance and asked permission to his father, and his father relented and gave his permission. He joined seminary. However, after a few years, Napoleon Bonaparte declared a war against Austria and Spain. In this war, every youngsters were called, and even John Mary Vianney had to go. Though the seminarians were exempted from this war, due to a clerical error, John Mary Vianney must go. And he went for the war. Due to his bad health, he had to stay back. Though his army companions were waiting, he didn't go. Because of this, he had to go on an exile for 1 year. Because of fear, he could not get back to his hometown Dardilly. And he stayed 1 year of his exile in a place called Lesnos in Austria. People around there helped him to continue his seminary studies. They provided him with books, and when he wanted to go back to his country, they gave their first gift, that was a black cassock for him. He got back to his home and sent his younger brother Francis to army in place of him. By the time he got back his home, his mother had already passed away, and the brother whom he had sent to army has already died. And it was a very sad time for him to decide what to do in his life. However, he joined seminary back and continued his studies. In the year 1815, he was ordained a priest at the age of 29. After the ordination, he worked 2 years with Father Bailey in Equilly. In 1818, he was appointed to Ards. He worked there long 41 years. Until he dies at the age of 73, he was a parish priest in a small town called Ards. He changed the life of the people there, who were spending their time in parties, dancing, drinking and debauchery. He made a beautiful chapel there. He lived an exemplary life and inspired all the people there. First, they didn't agree to come for the mass, neither for the confession. They started scolding him and using bad words. He went after everyone and went into their house. He met them personally and treated them like his brothers. As a son of a farmer, he knew what their problems were. because most of them were farmers. He treated them well and went into their homes and solved their problems. Most of them were very much happy with him and slowly started coming to church. Gradually, with the popularity of the parish and the popularity of John Mary Vianney increased at a great scale. People started flowing to arts, bishops, priests, and laity all together. In a year, it is said that almost 20,000 people were coming to him for spiritual guidance. And he sat in confessional 12 to 18 hours in a day. He spent all his life for the faithful. He was such a parish priest that he could give time to everyone even when he was very busy. There were many miracles attributed to his life. He had established a Providence house for the little girls. One day there was no food, and he prayed and food were filled in the cupboards. There were many miracles he performed during his lifetime. He miraculously healed many children from their illness. And at the age of 73, when he died, there were a lot of people coming to Ars as pilgrims to see him and the place he served. In 1925, Pope Pius XI canonized John Mary Vianney as a saint. In 1986, John Paul II declared John Mary Vianney as a patron saint for all parish priests. As we celebrate the feast of Saint John Mary Vianney today, let us remember him and intercede with him the all graces and boons that we need today. As we know, the priestly society faces much temptation and discouragement in this era. A priest is not a divine being, but a human being just like all of us. We need to support them, care for them, and love them, and show them when they are wrong. Actually, the real priest is the one who gets corrected and moves in the right direction and helps the people experience God and experiences God by himself. Saint John Mary Vianney is the right example for all priests and all those who are wanting to become a good priest. He led a spiritual and simple life. As we celebrate his memorial today, let us intercede through him all the blessings and graces that we need today.